Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PWA Ohio on YouTube.com. My name is Chris Pruitt. I am the franchise player. I am the president of the Premier Wrestling Alliance, here for this special tag team extravaganza. I'll be joined by my partner in crime, Aaron Hurt, here very shortly. That was easy for me to say. There is Rowdy Randy, along with his tag team partner, Tommy Forte. They're going to be squaring off against the current reigning tag team champions, the Irish Hitman Lafferty and Bjorn.
All right, franchise player, glad to have you with me here at the commentary booth. Thank you very much for kicking things off and welcoming all the fans to this very special presentation. Bring this very crucial tag team match to everybody. This is going to feature four very big, strong men who very clearly do not like each other. If you know about the backstory between all of these four, and to experience some of that, franchise player, they can just go to PWA Ohio on YouTube, the very channel they're watching, right? Just subscribe to that to get more great action like what we're going to see.
Absolutely. If you haven't subscribed to PWA on YouTube, I don't know what you're waiting for. It is the best pro wrestling on YouTube. And you know what? You're talking about four big men in there. Let's put this into context. Tommy Forte is 6'1", 256 pounds, and he's the smallest man in the match.
Yeah, the championship duo of Bjorn and Lafferty come in close to a combined 800 pounds, certainly over the 700-pound mark. And it doesn't matter who's on the other side. That's just a tough obstacle to overcome.
Well, Bjorn and Lafferty just winning the tag team championships a few weeks ago against the Boricua boys, Jeremy Rodriguez and Krypton, and this is their first match since winning the tag team titles, and what a match it is.
No, this would firmly establish them as champions with a victory against these two. It is quite intriguing to see Randy and Tommy paired together for this match, as both men have been singles competitors for quite some time, but have significant tag team experience. So let's see if they're able to use that to their advantage against a team who's been working together for quite some time here in the PWA.
Absolutely. Not only are they going to be a force to be reckoned with on the tag team scene, they are not only former singles competitors, but active singles competitors, and I have both of these men in my top five when it comes to contenders to the PWA Championship in the Outlaw Tony James.
Yeah, that is something that you can find more details about on PWAOhio.com. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, PWA Ohio on Facebook as well, to stay up to date on all the latest details, announcements, rankings, interviews, highlights, and other great action from the PWA. But we're starting things off with a flurry of offense from Bjorn.
Yeah, Bjorn is just smash mouth in your face. I think if Randy can avoid the early flurry of offense right there, turns it around, I think he's got a shot to get one over on Bjorn and the tag team champions.
The thing that I'm going to be watching here is the pace at which these men compete. Certainly with a partner to tag out gives you a greater chance to rest and recover should you find yourself in a bit of trouble. But will the intensity with which these men compete come into effect? Is Bjorn going to wear himself out trying to establish an early advantage against Tommy Forte or Randy, or is it going to go the other way?
Absolutely. While Bjorn is as strong as they come, he's carrying around a lot of excess weight. And if these guys, if they can avoid the early flurry, as I said, then Bjorn has a chance of being worn out.
And also very sound strategy here from Forte, trying to work on the arm and the shoulder, and as we've seen him do before, try to walk the top rope, but got caught. Oh my goodness, Samoan drop.
I'll tell you what, Aaron, that never feels good. I've been on the other end of that, and that just, it knocks the air out of you, and it could crack a rib.
Forte struggling to get his wind back as he is dragged into the wrong part of town for him and his partner, Randy. Look Lafferty just unload.
Lafferty's just a street fighter. A street fighter with he's an Irishman, and the Irishmen, they love to drink and they love to fight, and Lafferty is just that.
No, he is perhaps the personification of those characteristics, but he also has a very underrated capacity for amateur-style wrestling, for catch-as-catch-can wrestling, and pull a hold or a suplex out on you from seemingly out of nowhere. But he'd much rather just crash into dudes like that, like you said, to use the vernacular.
Now, Randy, he can't fall into their playbook. You see Bjorn's choking the man right there in the corner. Randy's distracting the referee. And you know what? Randy's got to get out of there. He's only hurting his partner at this point.
And this goes back to what
Oh, God.
with the cannonball, yeah. Forte. I mean,
that's almost 300 pounds smashing you right in the face.
And you saw how his neck snapped forward, the whiplash effect from that, combined with just, as you said, the full weight crashing into. But the way that Lafferty was able to use the referee to his advantage just reinforces the teamwork that our champions have developed and the continuity that they have. Being able to just exchange a glance from across the ring and know where the other person is going or needs to go. Oh my God, just once across, just absolutely punted the skull of Forte.
Well, Johnny Long is one of our finest referees here in the PWA, and he is seriously outnumbered, and there's something to be said about maybe adding a second referee on the outside of tag matches such as these.
No, that has been an oft-debated point throughout the years in pro wrestling. And it usually, with only one man there to referee and to make sure that everything stays within the rules, especially with men of this attitude who are just going to go at it tooth and nail, the rules kind of go out the window after a while.
But you know, there's something to be said about that, Aaron. I am one who wants to allow these to happen in the ring. I don't want a bunch of backroom decisions. Oh, cracked him.
Great counter there.
I don't want a bunch of backroom decisions affecting the Premier Wrestling Alliance product. Randy coming in. I want to see these guys in the ring fighting it out.
That is indeed.
Can you get him up?
Yeah. Oh! Got him up enough to slam him right in the middle of the ring. Randy spent a lot of time on the outside, so he's got a full tank of gas here, taking Bjorn off of his feet with that big flying clothesline.
You know, I've been in the ring with every one of the men in this match, and I'm kind of glad I'm retired, Aaron.
Well, that is one of the benefits of having you join me here, is you're able to provide that insight from, yes, it's such an experienced point of view. However difficult those experiences may have been. What a peel from Bjorn.
You got to remember, that corner does not move. That is a steel cable that just holds the ropes onto the post there.
No, that padding is so superficial that it's ostensibly just decorative. But there was nothing but bad intentions behind Bjorn there, dropping his full weight down onto the arm of Randy. Could have dislocated the elbow or done severe damage to his shoulder.
When you notice, as he was dropping that elbow down, he still had his other hand placed on Randy's shoulder, which just makes Randy carry the weight. So not only is he hitting him with the elbow, but he's also carrying the weight of this behemoth.
Yeah, and one of the subtle tricks that Bjorn has picked up as he's gained more and more experience here in the PWA, and it's paid all sorts of benefits, taking him to the level of tag team champion here. And as we have said, perhaps the only man on the roster that matches Bjorn in capacity for violence is Lafferty.
This is a tag team made in hell.
In a manner of speaking, it's certainly going to make perhaps make the challengers more religious, in a manner of speaking. In the future, they might be saying their prayers about what's going to happen to them when they find their name on the dotted line.
You know, this is awful, vicious on behalf of Lafferty. That left ankle of Randy's, I know very well, has had many issues with it. Randy's had many issues with it over the years. and for Lafferty to attack it. He's just trying to hurt the man.
Well, Lafferty's well aware of that, and to that very point, you can see he's not wearing the work boot style footwear that we're used to seeing. He's got more of a padded boot that gives him more support, an additional amount of padding, and a little bit more flexibility. So we'll see just how much the lingering effects of that injury are exploited by our champions here. Bjorn back in.
Man, just smashes him with that forearm. Randy's trying to stand his ground, but how long can you take those? How many can you take before you go down?
No, it's become imperative for him to bring Forte back in. But just as I say that, Randy digs down and finds enough to once again take Bjorn down to the mat with a big clothesline.
But can he make it to the corner? The fresh man, Tommy Forte. Tommy's probably fresher than the other 3 men in the ring.
No.
If he can get Tommy in there, I think they could get back onto the winning track here.
Bjorn, between Randy and his partner, briefly,
Lafferty's in, cut him off.
Able to make the exchange to his partner before Randy could.
Oh, taunting him, just inches away.
And that is also a very effective maneuver. Not does it get in the head of your opponent, but knocking him off the apron like that eliminates any chance that Randy could reach out and make a tag. Plus this right here.
You would think Tommy, having been the one being double teamed earlier, when Randy came in the ring, he would. But I tell you, your emotions just get so caught up, and you can't even think straight sometimes.
Well, both Tommy and Randy would like to prove a point against the champions.
Oh, I think Randy got him. He got him in the bear hug.
Can he get him up here? Yes, he does. But of course, Bjorn and Lafferty equally would like to make a big statement in their debut as champions. And Randy is doing everything he can to clamp down on Lafferty.
Those championships give you all the motivation in the world, and whether you're challenging for or defending. Oh, they're both down.
Both men with the same idea there, and referee Johnny Long starts his count.
Now, if neither man gets up by 10, the match is thrown out.
No, a double countout would not serve anyone's purposes, certainly not the fans.
Lafferty's starting to stir.
We can see Lafferty, as well as Randy, doing everything they can to reach their respective partners.
Lafferty's heading for the tag.
Bjorn tagged in on one side. Here comes Tommy Forte.
Bjorn going after the attack, lost his footing. Tommy's on top of him.
No, definitely reckless in his pursuit of Forte.
He's got both men on the ropes now.
That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to isolate one member of this team to have a chance of keeping them down for a 3 count.
Man, Bjorn just blew right through him. What can you do to stop these 2 men?
Well, Bjorn has such a low center of gravity and such power in the lower body especially. Oh my God, what a spine buster.
Use the man's own move against him.
Yeah, Forte, quite the practitioner of the spine buster, but Lafferty, no slouch either.
Tried to get the spear on Randy, tried to get the splash.
Randy with the big redneck mafia kick, but Bjorn still on his feet. Oh, schoolboy roll up.
1, 2, was that 3? Aaron, I think it was 3.
Could have some controversy coming out of this one because referee Johnny Long does in fact award the match to the team of Tommy and Randy, but one camera angle seemed to show Bjorn's shoulder up before the count of 3.
You know, Johnny Long was in there. You have to assume that he had the best vantage point, but we've got the team of Tommy Forte and Randy, Rowdy Randy, are victorious over the champs.
No, this could be something that Bjorn and Lafferty remember for a very, very long time.
Aaron, I'm glad to be here today.
I was glad to have you with me. Thank all of you great fans for joining us, and keep watching PWA.